All right. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ashraf Mustafa. I am from Majulah Community. We hope that you had a good first portion of the session with the Mendaki Development Program today. We have our guest speaker today, a very special person with us, and it is Baihakki Khaizan. Welcome, Mr.
Hello,
Baihakki.
hello,
Hello.
hello,
Just to
everyone.
introduce him a little bit, Baihakki Khaizan is our Singapore national footballer who has played in several clubs both locally and overseas in countries like Indonesia, Malaysia, and Thailand. He has won the Malaysian Super League in 2013, the AFF Championship 3 times, and won a SEA Games bronze medal in 2007. Wow. He has also
Thank you.
won the S League Young Player of the Year in 2003 and was voted the best defender by the Football Association of Malaysia in 2013. All right, so welcome and thank you so much for joining us today, Baihakki.
Thank you, thank you. It's my pleasure.
All right. Okay, so we just like to just kick off this entire program or this entire talk show. The first thing that we'd like to ask, of course, is how did you start your footballing career and what are some of the challenges you faced during your time?
I started my professional football career in 2003.
Mm.
2003, my first contract with Geylang United Football Club.
Mm.
So that was my first stint. But before that, obviously, I have to start way earlier, which means going through the youth system and all. So I'm fortunate to be part of the pioneer batch for National Football Academy, where it has been set for from the Football Association of Singapore itself.
Mm-hmm.
Back then, they put us on a Goal 2010 project, so that was us. We were excited, but at the same time, we can meet our target. That's how I got, but playing football, it was all from void deck lah, basically void decks and being kids. So my first contract, I just want to share with you guys. I'm okay with it. My first contract for Geylang United is $700.
Oh, wow. Per
Yeah,
month?
that's my per month. Yes,
Wow.
yes, that's my first contract. Yeah, so it began. My journey starts lah from 2003 onwards, and then slowly, where Coach Radi Abramovich, right? Coach Radi,
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes.
national team coach. Yeah,
Yeah.
that year he came to Singapore that year in June. So I was called up for the national team. Everything happened on 2003. I will always remember 2003 because a lot of things happened there, and it's my first year of entering professional football.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what were some of the challenges you faced along your way? Because you had like from 2003 until now, that's like 17 years.
Okay.
If there's some notable things you can remember during your footballing career.
Obviously, there are a lot of ups and downs, right? I mean, the downs will make you feel like you want to quit. The ups, it makes you feel good at a certain time of your life. You feel that whatever you do is right. So only that whenever we start with the basic downs first, lah. I mean, for me as a youth going through life, raising up by my family, knowing that I don't have my father passed away when I was 3 years old. Yeah, it was. I stayed with my mom's family, which is my mom's siblings, mother, and parents as well. So my nene, my atuk, and my aunties, all from my mother's side. So there's 13 of us in a 3-room flat. 13 of us. Okay. So I believe some of the families here would go through the same thing, but yeah, that's how I started as well. Yeah, it was. I need to go and work at my auntie's hawker stall just to wash all the big utensils and all, just to get $10 to top up my EZ-Link to go for football training. Yeah, that's what I did. If during my youth days, if there's a trip there's a trip to, I don't know, Japan, Thailand, or wherever, or even Malaysia, you know, obviously we need to use more money, right? So I'll work double shift. I will I will cuci all the periuk, all the everything like basically to get like $20-$25. So to save up and to go for the trip, because you need at least $100-$200, for to go away, to go abroad, plus the minimal allowance that we got. So I can say these are things where if you're not strong, then you will give up, basically growing up in Jurong East as well, it's not somewhere I can say beautiful, I'm surrounded by people who are into gangs, who are into drugs. So yeah, I'm surrounded by them almost every day because they are there, and I'm there as well to play football at the basketball court and all. So it takes courage, and it takes like some sort of self-belief, to get yourself going, not getting distracted by these people. Because I can understand that, nowadays kids malepa, like these are the moments where if you don't know what you want, you can just fall into any of these traps. Because I'm talking about back then, 20 years ago. But now I think it's much more dangerous. We have more kids can think about more alternatives now compared to before. Before it's just like during my time, maybe we play hiding the whole block. That's it. Like those are our fun times, But today's kids, today's generation, their fun moments is, sorry to say, maybe they could enter into some enjoyment drugs. They could enter into all these avenues. So yeah, it's coming back to that, it's challenging for me to overcome with my daily surroundings. I need to play football, I need to train myself, and doing all that, not knowing maybe I could make it in football or not, I don't know. So it's just a daily routine thing that I continue every day by day.
Yeah. So you would say like kind of discipline is quite important, because you have to do it every single day and keep
it. Of course.
Yeah. So you mentioned a little bit about self-belief, right? So like the important to have self-belief, when you're doing this. How do you maintain that self-belief during your time as a footballer?
Actually, going back to my kind of life, the kind of life that I'm being brought up with, I don't blame my parents. I don't blame my mom. I don't blame any one of my aunties as well today. Even though some of them has really passed away, I don't blame them for the life that they gave me last time. Honestly, today I still remember what I eat. I still remember what the survival mode that I can put inside my mind. That I know when to do it when difficult times comes. Like macam kata orang, nasi kicap dengan telur you can survive everywhere. So that's my daily meals last time, and I won't forget that. It's just that when during those days, I feel like I go through a hard life. I don't have a dad. I don't have someone that I could look up to. I don't have someone that I could like, hey, come, let's play football with me. I'm playing with the wall. The wall is my friend. Every day I play with the wall. So somehow, I don't know if I get enough attention from my parents or not. And I think this is very crucial, because I can understand back then my parents, my mom is working 24/7 just to raise the three of us. And we did what we could. Obviously, okay, we are naughty here and there, but we don't go into major things like drugs. We don't go into major things like fights or gangs and whatnot. I still feel I'm still thankful for myself and my siblings that we managed to stick together regardless of the situation back then. We tried different ways of like trying to get extra financial help even myself, I'm not shy to share with all of you. I got free textbooks from Darul Ihsan last time. Being a orphanage. I don't. I get free textbooks. I get sometimes second-hand textbooks for my school as well. So moments like this, every day you go through life, and I don't sleep on bed as well. I sleep in the kitchen. The kitchen punya cement lah, as in basically the flooring, just a simple mat and sometimes mattress, tilam. That's how I sleep. And moments like this, it pushes you. It pushes you to say that, hey, I cannot be like this lah. I need to push myself. I need to change. I need to break the chain. I need to break the cycle of so-called like poverty. Something like that. I need to get out of this bubble. Something like that. So that pushes me to go through this and focus more on my football. Take things more seriously. That back then, I think it's about. Firstly, I don't know how this system of mine can suddenly engage, but it's around you lah. It's the influence around you that also will push you, or at the same time will support you. With the minimal moral support, for me back then is just enough to push me and take things more seriously. And alhamdulillah, I when I look back, the house is still there. The Jurong house is still there. It's owned by my uncle, the last one. He's the last man standing there. Everyone passed away already or married.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so it was a beautiful story lah to look back. Whenever Hari Raya, all of us still get together first day of that house. So a lot of things lah basically. Yeah, and these are the things where this is my part of my story. This is my part. I believe our community, most of us also will go through that channel as well. I mean, indirectly or not. So yeah, man. Yeah, here I am today. I hope everyone with different fields, maybe from in terms of academic, in terms of maybe sports or any other fields that you guys are working on. For me, it's just about believing yourself. You must apply discipline to it. If there's no discipline to it, then it's no point. It's like you are just going through it. So if you are going through it, then there's danger coming. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. So this very important insights there. And thank you so much for kind of sharing your life story, what you've been through.
It's okay.
As we are also seeing, like, because the students are also sending in their questions on Slido. So for those who are watching the YouTube stream, please do send in more questions. I see there's quite a lot of great questions here. We can start off with one. Here it says, were there people who ever doubted your skills to become a successful footballer, and how did you react to these doubters? Haters, nowadays are the word haters.
Yeah. Okay. God, there's a lot. Come on, there's a lot of them. For sure, there's a lot of them. There are two types of people. Number one, they want to see you successful. Number two, they just feel uneasy about your success. Something like that. But for me, personally, Ashraf, I've been on news I've been out there for the good and for the bad. I mean, bad, I don't say really bad lah. I mean, there are some. I mean, it's normal. We are human. We make some mistakes here and there. But sometimes these journalists, they just wanna rub it in and make it look like super worse. But it's okay. It's okay. These are the things that will strengthen your mind eventually. Because for me, I believe my career it's never. I don't say it's not smooth sailing, but it's just that every segment of my career, I have to prove someone wrong in order for me to step up. So basically, for example, like I have to go to Indonesia. In order to play in Indonesia, to enter the Indonesian market, I have to do something in the tournament. So I scored against Indonesia, and that's where, boom, I entered the Indonesian market. So play against Indonesia, then play in Indonesia. come back to Singapore for the Lions 12 project, I was the last person to be registered for the team. I was the last person to be registered for the team. Alhamdulillah, things were good. I go to GDT, and some doctor says that this, that, and everything. But it only makes you stronger lah. You cannot somehow like macam cepat merajuk, macam like very weak. You just have to stay focused. If you are focused about your goal kan, if you punya mata just focus on that one, apa-apa kiri kanan you datang pun, yes lah, ada sikit lah ganggu. Tapi if you betul-betul steady kat situ, dia tak akan gerak. You won't feel unstable because you know what you want. At the end of the day, people will talk. You buy this car, people cakap. You buy kereta biasa, orang cakap. You buy kereta, Mercedes pun orang cakap. So at the end of the day, these are things that will kacau you. I mean, unless lah you tak mampu, you go and get into trouble by buying all this, then it will disturb you lah personally. So far, there's a lot of doctors, but then I just choose to ignore. And sometimes these people, you just need to shut them off with your little progressive success lah.
Yeah, I think that's a very, very good point. Anil, you mentioned how like to prove these doubters wrong is just to use your strengths, right? To use what you have, I mean, to use your skills.
Correct, of course.
And prove them wrong, right? So that's a really important thing, I think, for the youth out there to listen. Yeah,
in anything, yes. Yeah. For youth also as well. Correct.
Yeah. So there's some more questions here. All right, so there's one about future of football. Have you ever wondered about the future where football becomes a career, where it banished from the industry? That means it's something people do not look forward to anymore. Do you think that would ever happen in Singapore, or?
It could happen, and also it could not lah. Depends on how we look at it. I understand that there's a lot of adjustments around here and there with the local scene, with the federation as well, adjusting into modern, to the modern football ways lah. So, I mean, if talking about kids taking it as a profession, I'm still wondering as well, because the best next person now is my son.
Yeah.
So yeah, here he is like going into football and stuff. He's playing for the JSSL Academy. Well, obviously, it's a very good question. That boy, it's a very good question. I myself like now contemplating right now. In terms of whether I want him to go into the football scene, because I'm really in that zone right now. I know what's going on in and out, the career. I mean, what you can get out of it, So, but Alhamdulillah, I can say that mostly I spend my 3/4 of my career, I spend it outside Singapore. So, if I want to compare with someone who, if I want to compare with someone who says about full professional in Singapore for 10 years, I think it's not enough lah. I think so. I personally think it's not enough. You have to go outside of the region to, not say make a name of yourself, but obviously there are better contracts out there in terms of financial and stuff. You need more financial strength. You need to go outside of Singapore. That's what I'm trying to say. Of course, there are many players out here that my teammates. They are the ones like played in Singapore S League for 10 years, 12 years. I mean, they survive though. I'm not saying that they don't make it or anything. I mean, they survive. They got good income as well. So it depends on individual. For me, right now, obviously times have changed compared to before. I mean, before, how should I say? The influence for education first is not so strict like compared to today. Today's world is all about education. Today's world is all about getting it first. Then you want to chase for other things. Okay, up to you. You know, that kind of thing. Even myself also, I'm just an N-level holder. I was so playful in school. I mean, not say playful by hurting others. Playful in terms like in terms of academic. Like, you know, I didn't really have the time. A lot of traveling, a lot of tournaments back then. So, but today we have that work-life balance thing. You know, how to balance football and how to balance study as well. Now, like lately, like 5 years ago, we just found the formula. So I think kids or students that are going for football as your career one day, inshallah, it can be done. It can be done, and you can put 50-50 efforts into both. You know, you can balance it. So I feel there's a way to do it. If I can't, then I think you guys can, and I hope you guys will, because I believe we are in Singapore right now, and Singapore context of life is always education first. Yeah. I salute for those kids if they want to take football as their career. I mean, go for it. I mean, the sky is the limit, you know. So always. I also don't believe. I cannot believe myself as well, going through the stages, and then alhamdulillah I'm at the last phase of my career right now. So yeah, please by all means, you can balance right now.
Yeah, I think that's a very good point you mentioned about being able to balance between. So it's not just about having one plan, but having a few things in mind. You know, correct. Being both optimistic but realistic, like in a way.
Correct. Yeah. Because today's football also, like last time, one player. If you are a defender, means you are a defender throughout. You are locked there. Like today's football also, this defender can play as a right back. He can play as a center midfield, that kind of thing. You need to have options, you know, in order for you to survive, and at the same time to make yourself more valuable. Yeah, so I think this is today's world. It's not something that you are good at one. Maybe you are not master of all, but you can be good at 3 or 4.
All right. Okay. So this one, you mentioned earlier about your time in secondary school. There are some questions here from a student about secondary school. The first one is, how do you set your goals in your secondary school life? And secondly, how was life in secondary school?
Oh, okay. Life. I will answer number 2. Life in the secondary school is good. I mean, those days in school, you're not matured enough. You just go for, you know, what makes you happy. You know, it's just like you just want to go to school, be happy, and that's it. So back then in school, I feel good because every time we have to go up to the stage and collect most of the awards, whatever awards, name it. There's monetary awards, there's like individual or whatever awards, you know, regarding sports involving football and maybe CCA lah. Yeah, so those were the days where like you feel like you are evolving slowly. Also, you must not forget that when you start to go up the ladder, there are people who look at you and try to bring you down as well. I mean, those were during the school days lah. Because you imagine how many hundreds. I mean, there are hundreds of players that want to try to go against you or to try to take your place. And at the same time, I'm one of that 100 as well, trying to make it. Yeah. So back then, I enjoyed my secondary school life. I wish I can turn back time and correct my education a little bit, just to bring it up on the same level as my football. Yeah. Other than that, I enjoyed my school life. Second, how he set his goals in secondary school life. How I set my goals? Okay, academically, I always tell myself, okay, look, whatever happens, I must pass my N-level. Whatever happens, irregardless. So during my secondary Sec 3 and Sec 4, there were still like traveling for under 16 AFC tournaments and whatnot. I did bring some of my work along, and those days you don't have internet. You can you can't converse this way. I can't talk to my teacher. I don't call him. I don't know how to get him. So it's all about, okay, Baihakki, try to complete this page until this page, and try to memorize this and this. So I put extra effort there because my mom kept telling me, I said, "Bye, whatever happens, that's the minimum you must have. You must have an N level. If you cannot have O level, just go for N level. It's okay. Other than that, you can focus on your football. You focus on your football." So that's what I did lah. I mean, I don't pass with flying colors, but I got my N level. Just enough for me. Just enough for me to say that, okay, I got my N level. Then I proceed to ITE and stuff.
Yeah. All right. So at least you have like, there's the end goal lah. Like whatever happens, you have to get through.
Correct.
This. Whatever happens, you have to get through that.
At least you must have a minimum target lah. Minimum entry level for this education world lah. So then from there, today, if you ask me, I mean, I'm speaking on a part where I'm at my last phase of my career right now. Suddenly at 36, I don't have diploma. I don't have degree. I don't have, whatever. So now you start, not say panicking, but it's just that, like, it gives you a knock on your head to say that, hey, whatever happens, you still need education. That's the key thing right now in the world. So that's one thing that I'm trying to get into right now, because I managed to take diploma in sports management. So I'm hoping to further that and go into a degree someday, inshallah.
All right. Yep. Okay. Thank you so much for your responses so far. We are unfortunately running out of time, but we do have quite a number of questions still. So don't worry. After this, for the students that have sent in your questions, we'll get Baihakki to answer them, and then the videos will be you'll be able to view the videos on our social media. All right. But before we go off, maybe we can end off with one last question. I think this also can be a way to kind of end it on a nice tone. And the question is, do you have tips for a person to better themselves? So what advice would you give to someone if they want to improve themselves?
Do you have tips for one to become better?
Yes.
Okay. Tips, okay. Number one, I'm not sorry, all Malay students, mostly all Malay students.
Yes. Yeah, majority Malay students. Yes.
Majority Malay,
Yes.
Okay, number one, I'm not okay. Whatever I'm gonna say here, don't anggap that don't take me as someone who's trying to preach lah. This is just a way of life. I feel that it is working, and it's the most important thing here is you must be happy. You must be happy. Okay, how to be happy? I don't know, but I took these guidelines. Then this happiness come to me. Okay, so this you could apply this to yourself. Well, if it happens, it's good. If it don't happen, please at the same time don't do stupid stuff as well. Okay, number one, always listen to your parents. Always listen to them. They can talk so much about you, they can nag at you, but trust me, they are the best person to judge you, and they are the best person to guide you. They don't want anything to happen to you. That's why they are giving their best to you. That's number one. Number two, go for something that you like. Always look at something where it can improve your mindset. It's about mindset right now, to be honest. How negative your mindset is, that's where it will bring you down. Yeah, if you keep on being negative, your surrounding. You need to look at your surrounding. If your surrounding keep saying that, hey, relax lah, no need to do lah, hey, hello. No, you have to get out of that circle. Life is not about that. That's why people keep labeling our community. It's all about that. It's about the laziness. It's about the taking things easy. It's about the everything will be okay. That kind of mindset. No. It's not about that. You have to know that things have to be done. You need to get things done. So you trust me, if you go through all this process together, you start being focused, you start being disciplined, you listen to your old ones. Indirectly, later all this you campur semua, you will become better. You will feel good because you know that things are getting done by you. You get things done. So indirect, all of this combined together, trust me, you will be at peace. When you are at peace, that's where you're happy. Yeah, you need to get yourself into peace. So that's the thing that I want to. I don't know how you guys want to play around, but for me, that's how I get my peace. And when I get my peace, I'm happy. When you get things done, when you're focused, when you're disciplined, and whenever your parents always remind you, hey, sorry if I touch a bit of religion, but Baihakki, don't forget to salat. Don't forget to doa. Don't forget. All this is part of your, little things that makes you go somewhere. So these are key elements that you need to know. I believe so. So what are yours? So you need to figure that out. That's the most important. Number one, to kickstart that, you need to be in a very positive surrounding. If you are in a negative vibes, you need to get out from there. You must be in the positive bubble where people, you buat tak bagus pun, people will angkat you, people will support you, people will constantly giving you moral support. That's what you need. That's what you need to. Someone will bring you to level 2. Someone from level 2 bring you to level 3. Bring you up. So that's how it is lah. That's the best that I can explain with it.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing. I think that was a beautiful way to end off the session. Thank you so much, Baihakki, for joining us today for the live session with the Mendaki Development Program.
Right.
We hope that all the best in all the future endeavors and everything, and we hope that we can see you soon again. Right. So let's give a little wave to the students. I'm not sure whether they can. Bye bye. I will see you all again very, very soon. Bye bye.
Okay, bye bye.